Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today, I'm going to do my best to give my fingers and shoulder a break from writing and faxing to anybody else. And I just have a couple small remarks that I really like to say, one in English and one in Arabic. I did hear President Obama's speech last night, and I believe it was a good speech concerning that he's talking to the American people only. But we are, as humans, in a time that we have never experienced before. A time that does warn us of something to come. What it is, I think it is a job that a president of the United States, a president of a superpower, a black president, last year in his office, he's not running again, should have some nerve going a little bit further, since his audience are intelligent congressmen, senators, intelligent, educated people. I believe he could have focused on a little bit more than only his accomplishment or the positive that happens to America. We need positive that going to happen in the whole world altogether. And there's a lot of them. There's so many things that we can speak of, but one thing we need to believe in: the danger that man put himself in with such nuclear power, such technology, becoming so close to each other. It does not, in any shape or form, convince any intelligent person that God is not there, or God is not watching, or God is not about to do something. Because we think we got it under control, but I don't think we can get it under control. If we can't get it under control, then God had no need to send any prophets before or after. Jesus has no reason to come back. Why Jesus is coming back in the Bible and in the Muslim Holy Quran? It's simple. He's telling us, God is telling us, you are going in the wrong direction today. Today is the time, this period must be a period of God. It's a period for God to do something. Like I said, we never had an experience like this. We never been so much close and so much intelligent, so much into technology and obtaining so much power that one mistake can put us, we are walking on air, basically. We can go this way or that way. So we do not know that we are walking on a rope or a piece of air, but God does. Therefore, there will be God intervention here. And that's what President Obama failed to come close to even mention. He is not running again, like I said, for office, so he has no worry about one or anyone voting for him or not voting for him. But to make a long story short, I don't need to go any further into all this ideological thinking. One very important thing I like to say, which is most democratic countries, or all of them, in fact, they do not understand how important it is to deal with any interest rate. The interest rate, which called in Islam riba, which means an interest that raise other interest that actually amount to one thing. A child is born 1 month old, he's raising another child. He's just 1 month old, and that's what riba is all about. Briefly, clearly, to make people understand what I'm talking about here, an interest actually means I go to a bank and borrow $100,000. That bank have the obligation to give me that loan, no matter how bad my credit is or how good it is. The only difference between a good credit and bad credit, if you are one of those people who are risky, uh, the bank can give you a loan for a short period of time. You are a risk investment. Your credit is not good. So a bank can shorten the period of the loan. But if you're good, it can give it to 30 or 40 or 50 years for that matter. The most important thing is $100,000 loan must not exceed a third. I borrow 100,000, I will only pay 133,000, no more, all the time. If my credit is good, if I'm a good person, if my family, my around me, my surrounding and everything is good, I can get the loan for 30, 40, 50 years. But if the bank have some questions about my character and my ability to pay back, then they can say, okay, we'll give it to you for a few months, a few years, a month, a year, 2 years, and then they can take it back. Once they take it back, they can turn around and do the same thing. Now here we got another situation where, based on the government itself, a bank have the right to take that house back from somebody who's not paying on it or can't afford to pay on it, and turn around and sell it or own it, as the bank can own these houses and rent them and become an investor, become an owner, become a business, uh, a real estate business, for example. But other governments may say no. A bank, you take over the house, you need to turn around and sell it back to the public based on what the public needs at that time. You know, that's what it's hard to go into a lot of details about that, but it is very important that when you borrow an amount, that you have to have a cap on how much you have to pay back. But to have a runaway interest rate and fines and penalties, and that is wrong. That's taking advantage. Very much is in the interest of the rich against the poor. Like I said, if you are risk investment, if you're taking a chance on this person, if a bank is taking a chance on this family, they can give them the loan for a short period of time. Maybe they have money coming from a lottery, maybe inheritance, they might pay it back. Give them a chance. So if their credit is bad, they still have a right to take a chance to do something. They may have reasons or they may have ways of paying it. We don't know about it. The bank don't know about it. At the same time, while you're doing so, you're allowing people to settle down. Only good people that you give loan to for so long period of time will have a chance to settle down, and they all will be in good neighborhoods, all together. So you are, by doing so, assaulting or helping the public and the families to have a future in one area that can be a cornerstone that can deal with other counties or other nations or other people in different parts of the world. This way, you're giving this community a good name to other communities in other countries that want to deal with it. So you helping everybody in the whole world in the process. Now, I don't want to go into any more details into this, but it's a lot to talk about. There is a problem in the economic system, and I believe giving the chance to giving freedom to individuals it's good. It helps. It motivates. It produces. But in the long run, it keeps that individual or those people going in one highway, not looking at both sides of the highway to see where they are missing. So accomplishing things on individual basis or any other way that does not bring the majority of the people, in fact, the majority of the whole world, all over the world, the people of all over the world together, any economic system should be focused on that, on the interests of everyone, since we are all now one community, one country, one village, like uh, some leaders say. Uh, Therefore, we should have different ways of running things. I believe, uh, Jesus is not going to come back to a superpower like United States and tell them, "Hey, you're doing a good job, guys. Keep up the good work." If you're doing a good job, there's no need for him to come to tell him anything. So if you believe Jesus is coming back, then you have to believe something is wrong, and that is need to be corrected.